So technically this is 3.3, right? Season 3, the third tier list, third character. I'm looking forward to it, to be honest. This is the one pre-Kefla release, and this is gonna be for post-Kefla release. And oh my god, I cannot wait to get
down to business.
But anywho, without further ado, yeah, like I said, we're gonna do attack, tank, and then damage, because the last character that came out is Kefla, which is damage. She's gonna be the very last character. So Krillin. Nothing really changed for Krillin this patch. I don't think they really adjusted any of the cards. So more than likely his position will really stay the same. Like Krillin will always be like a decent option. Yeah, he'll always be a decent option. I don't think I bumped it on the B. Yeah. So yeah, Krillin will always be a nice option as far as attack. He's very annoying, CC, etc. And he also can provide damage as well. You know, poking out objectives is needed. He can rat tower. He's good at defending tower as well. He's good at just being annoying in general. I don't really like fighting against a Krillin. I don't mind having him on my team, but I sure as hell don't want to fight this man. But yeah, so we're gonna keep Krillin there. Not too much to say. Majin Buu, I want to say a little more value for this patch just because certain characters got buffed. Some characters are more usable, and he can enable them to just wreak havoc. So I will always put Majin Buu over Krillin because ever since the buff he received, like maybe season 2, no, that dude is good. He's gonna continuously get better every time we get like a crazy DPS, man. Like if we just keep getting paper thin DPS, then he's gonna be there to support them. Obviously, he can face tank for them. He can heal them. He can also just reposition with the skill 3. Obviously, his skill 1 is the big one, dude. With the CC and slow. Oh my god. Majin Buu plus a lot of DPS for me is just a scary lane. So Majin Buu, obviously Broly. Majin Buu 18 is one of my least favorites to go against. Majin Buu Kefla, Majin Buu, any DPS. More value for me at least with melee DPS. So I'll keep him there. I think I had Gohan A. I think people just run more damage on him now. But even then, his skill 2 is still like less of a cooldown ever since his buff nerf. But they nerfed this like skill 3 to the ground, and Maseko still sucks. But like he's still usable, he's still good. I'm pretty sure I had him in A since the last one, right? Chat? Sorry, I know I'm just kind of running through without getting all opinion and stuff. 100 times so what's wrong with you, bro? Why would you want to see that? He'll always be meta. Yeah, until another healer. Yeah, for sure. It was kind of like how what's that one character in Pokemon Unite that the only healer? I forget. Anywho, Bonaran run is OP. It do be crazy though. So it also got buffed. They made like his first hit skill be a little bigger range. That wasn't this patch. That was the last one. That was when Bardock released. Yeah, that was when Bardock released. He hasn't been touched on the Kefla release. Excuse me. So yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I pretty much hit him in A. Like I said, A for me is like a good baseline, right? You can always use the characters. They're not too oppressive. They're still good. They can still do their thing for sure. Hold on, that colors my eyes. Okay, there we go, much better. Like I said, Gohan is just a good, solid option. Maybe in some cases more than solid. Like he can still CCU. No, that is even faster. 17. He hasn't been touched since Kefla has been released, so he's gonna be one of the best techs in the game for sure. Like he's so good. He is so freaking good. He's become my main technical character, which is crazy. He is just so insane to use, man. Survivability. He can pill. The shield, the barriers, man. The freaking barriers. So, he's really good at team fights, taking towers. Pretty much good at, even if, I mean, probably have a little issue with Broly since he can't really stun him consistently. But other than that, like, dealing with anyone that's fragile, he can go up and just CC them. It's just really how it is. Now if they ignore CC, different story. But like I said, 17, like I said, not much to even go over of. He hasn't been changed. He's still one of the best techs in the game for sure. Hit, I will put over 17. Hit is just overall, I don't know why they buffed this man. They buffed him on the release of Bardock, I believe. His skill 1 hit has more like width. So it has an easier time to hit you. I don't know why they even did that in the first place. Like, why buff him instead of nerf him, right? He's good for brawl DPS. Yeah, he's good for brawl. For sure. Yeah. for sure. Let's see, MVP 17. Yeah, he ain't MVP 17 for nothing. He also kind of Super Vegito. No, he really does. He really does because the one crazy part about it, sometimes when I'm actually auto-attacking a Vegito trying to transform, I know he's supposed to push him back, but sometimes I get out of range and I push him back too far and he ends up getting the transformation off anyway, bro. It's so sad. And I'm so sad that happens. But, yeah, it's crazy they buffed his shield. Both of them. The one on ult, the one for skill 3. It's actually insane. Hit, like I said, is still also one of the best technical characters in the game. Very annoying, very strong, very every damn thing in this game, man. Yeah. Like I said, not much to say about him from the previous tier list. Really the same, right? Like he's good at picking off DPS, especially if they are used for, or if they're too secure, like, or backdooring. Typical backdooring. He can do a lot. He can do a lot to provide for the team, you know? So Gotenks is so funny, dude. Because regardless of this man being nerfed and a lot of his skills being not consistently hit, I guess. Like his skill win is so silly. Like when it works, very rarely, more or less, you know? But his ult has always been like my main issue. Like his ult is so annoying when he just ult you, you're securing, and then now you're silenced and you can't even auto attack, which is stupid, by the way. Ta-da. And it's so crazy they nerfed him like a billion times. I got all the cosmetics for him. Literally. It's so messed up. But either that, I think I still have him. Yeah. Even with all that, somehow this man can still be used. Like he's fast as hell. The one thing I can say is passive, getting that speed boost upon assist or a kill. That is dangerous. That's a very dangerous man. But other than that, yeah, he's just fast. His skill 3 got nerfed. His skill 1 got nerfed. His skill 2 is never really that great. You know what I mean? So we're gonna keep Gotenks there. We're gonna keep Gotenks there. Ultimate Gohan, like nothing's changing. I think he's the best technical character in the game, even after the nerf. But I mean, technically, it was a nerf. His skill 1. I say this all the time. Ever since the patch where he got changed, was that they buffed the first part of his skill 1? No, they nerfed the first part of his skill 1, but they buffed the second part of it. Did they buff the blast or did they buff the... I don't remember which part of the skill 1 that they buffed and nerfed. But vice versa, that's probably the last change they had with Gohan. But even then, him CCing is still very, very annoying. Just repositioning as often as he does in a MOBA is just broken. That's like Blitzcrank having his hook every 5 seconds. Hello? What? That's like Thresh having his hook every 5 seconds. That's like, to be fair, Pike, I mean, it's a skill issue. You don't need to like cone, aim, and auto track to him. But like, bro, just repositioning as often as he does is just broken in MOBAs. It's insane. And don't let you get knocked into a wall or your laning partner. You're cooked. It's so silly. Okay, they nerfed their strike and they buffed the blast. So yeah, they nerfed the first part, buffed the second part. But yeah, just repositioning is just always going to be broken with him. All the CC that he has. The skill 3 reset, he can backhand you again. It's like, I feel like he wouldn't be as oppressive if he had a different skill 3, if I'm being completely honest. That skill 3 just makes it even more oppressive. Like him having a cooldown reset? Like Broly, sure, but you? Nah, man. Ay. Frieza? I think I had him in B, did I not? Yes. They nerfed a lot of Zarbon and buffed the Doria, but other than that, like, Frieza's more than less ideal, I guess, technical character. Like, I wouldn't... Now, if you're going against one of those one tricks or people who really know how to play the game and they somehow end up playing Frieza for God knows what reason over any other technical character, you're gonna have a hard time because they will prevent you from touching tower. So, as far as getting objective, shouldn't be so hard to deal with since he has very low HP and you already know he's gonna be at the bottom pits of any corner of any objective, right? But more so just obviously defending tower. I don't think it's, I mean, his farming is still good, but obviously just like burst Zarbon or something, you know? My main issue with him is definitely just inability to consistently attack tower. This man is mad annoying. So, yeah. Frieza is mad annoying, but I would rather deal with him. Depends on who I am. If I'm DPS, I can probably handle Frieza a lot easier than I can if I was on tactical, you know? But yes, you got a statue to level 8. Let's go. It's the most skillless character I've ever seen in my yo, right? Sir Blue. Dude, he's so annoying. Like, I've gotten his Kai outfit. I don't think I got all his I don't think I have all of his cosmetics, but I refuse to use that, man. I refuse to use Gohan. Like, I have a lot of self-pride, man. Somebody like that abomination, I would never ever use. I would use Hit before I use him. I'm never using Ultimate Gohan. It's such a shame because I actually love this form, dude. Holy moly. Yeah, that's all I really have to say about Frieza. Nothing really has changed since the release of Bardock. He hasn't been changed since then. Speaking of that, I mean, technically, I feel like it's in a not bad spot. I mean, Gotenks Frieza, like I said, a little less than optimal, but like everyone else is pretty usable. You know, it all comes down to laning phase or laning partner. I mean, ability to get, I mean, I don't know, a lot of various factors, right? Team comp as well, because they all serve different purposes. Some are more aggressive. Others are just more of like, I don't know. Some may have more CC than others, but no, Tech in general just has a lot of CC, which they're technical. So, yeah, I think they're in a good spot. God, these images are big. I don't like it. Tank. Bardock is still going to stay at the top of S. That's why I placed him at last time in the last tier list, because he's just that dude. I still don't think he's the best tank in the game. Personally, maybe. But I will say he can give Vegeta maybe a run for his money. Maybe certain team comps will, you know, but I feel like you can argue that, right? I feel like you can argue Vegeta and Bardock. I wouldn't mind either or, but I still think Vegeta has the slight edge just because his cooldowns probably aren't as oppressive. I want more technical. More tech will come out, but obviously with any game like this, even hero shooters, like there's gonna be more damage characters. It's the most popular role. It's just how it is. So yeah, not much to say about Bardock. The man has CC. I think all of his skills are really, really good, even at disengaging. The skill 1, push away, create distance. Skill 2, obviously CC, and skill 3, obviously also the stun and disengage as well. Its only real issue, I feel like, is just long cooldowns, which is very necessary with all the skills that he has. And his ult early game sucks. His ult late game, a lot better, obviously. You can disengage that way. You can pressure that way. Relieve pressure. Like, I actually genuinely enjoy all his skills. But some are more viable early game than others. I didn't see that. Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. Like I said before, I do think Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta is still slightly better than Bardock. I guess you can argue. Maybe interchangeable, but my personal opinion, I believe Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta still has the slight edge over Bardock, maybe cooldowns. How much punishment can you take? Bardock is really tanky. He's really, really, really tanky. Put that man, give that man a Kabe or a Kaba. I actually don't know how to pronounce his name correctly. Like, he is stanky, tanky, dude. It's insane. Vegeta, obviously, I mean, it's Vegeta for Christ's sake. He has the shield. He has the CC. He has the, I think skill 1 is the one that brings you in, right? He's just really good. Really good for defending, really good for attacking, really good for protecting the objective, just really good in general. So, really, really good tank. Like I said, I still think he's the best tank in the game. It's probably going to be a while until somebody, like, takes over for Vegeta. I want them to buff a certain tank, but I'll get to that. Skill 2 riz you in. I mean, that's true, but his skill 2 doesn't affect his shield, actually, which is funny. Bardock flaws are his farming. Yeah, that too. Bardock farming capability sucks, which makes it a little harder for him to run build up. Vegeta, much easier to farm, bro. You got skill 1. Even then, you still have your stupid kick to take all the farm. Like, he's biggest downside, farming and his long cooldowns and early ult. That's it. But he's really good outside of that. Vegeta, that's where I feel like Vegeta does have an edge. Better at farming. I don't know if he's more tankier. I don't think he is, but you know, he also have defensive utilities with the shield. That's unaffected by his skill 2, I believe. Right? Yeah. And his to relieve pressure, to disengage, all that good stuff. Team protecting, like he almost has it all. What's up, Kevin? Who said yeah to Oob at Z tier? Oh no, I've already discussed this last time, bro. I think he's the best character in the game. Ay, they ain't never changing. No, sir. Cell. Yeah, Cell. Wait, Cell didn't receive any buff on the release of Caulifla, did he? Like, Cell issue is always gonna be early game. Yeah, it's always gonna be early game. Late game, Cell is a menace for sure. And he said nonsense. Did someone say perfect? Yeah. No buffs. No buffs. No move. Dude, I'm actually... This is one of the characters I'm most worried about if they actually were to buff him. Because if they do... If they were to buff his early game, they have to nerf his late game. They have to. He's going to be too strong if they buff his early game, man. If he gets ahead of you farming early game, how the hell are you going to plan to catch up to late game? You're not. So if they, just like with 18, just like with Oob, if they buff his HP early game, nerf it later on, man. You have to, man. Especially when you have regeneration and cell games where you get increased defenses. They have to nerf him late game if they buff his early game. Take all that bulkiness from late to early. You know what I mean? Please. That is literally the only way I can see Cell being fair and honest. Nerf late game, buff early game, but not too much. Oob is fair as balanced. No buffs for 3 seasons. Top 8 Cell. Bro, we chill on him. Vegeta, I feel like I had an A as well. Obviously, Cell would always have the advantage over Vegeta, I feel. Nowadays, because he's not that great late game anymore. He's actually very good late game. I think that's literally the same spot I had him last time, right? So, like I said, my mindset is literally still the same with these 2 bombs. It's so funny because I actually really like these 2 tanks. I'm just not using them when they trash. I'm not good with tank, and it's already bad enough that he's not good either as tank early game. So, go figure, right? Vegeta's so fun, dude. Holy crap. Too bad he, blows this season, but I wish he would receive a buff. Maybe he would need like a late game buff, right? With all the defensive card nerfs. Vegeta, I don't see him as much anymore. Bro, I forgot Vegeta's in the game. You know, he might actually be top 8. No, I legitimately do not see a Vegeta ever. Unfortunately, bro, I can't even English. Hello? Imagine it being your first language, you still can't even. Anywho, wait, what's my anywho?
Stupid.
No.
Boy, if you don't.
Okay. I forget the damn button. Regardless, Vegeta's not moving. Nothing has really changed other than cards being nerfed and him not handling that well, I feel. Cooler's good. Cooler's good. He's actually very annoying. Since I main Bardock as a tank, this man in general when fighting with someone with just dashes, any speed boosts, etc., like he's going to be heavily annoying. Early game is annoying. Depending on the lane. Late game, obviously, he can be annoying as well, but I feel like he's a little tougher early game than he is late game, but obviously he's still good all the way through. Okay, yeah, I've always had him like A rank, even when we received like a big nerf. I would say he was still somewhat usable, and before previous seasons, I had him in like A after he got the nerf and stuff. Like he was still usable, but now he's even more than that. Pretty much the same placement as last time. Like I said, like he's a very, very good tank option, man. Really a good counter to Bardock. He's a really, really good counter to Bardock. You're just stuck only with skill 2, and it's like he can just iframe that with this every time he uses a cooldown, you know? Which is so silly. Damn you, Cooler. Why you gotta be racist just like Frieza? I'm not soft like my brother. You also main Caulifla. What do you mean by that? He's actually the real top 8. Wait, who's the real top 8? Oh, you talking about Vegeta? Yeah, he's a bum. Caulifla. She's definitely what I think I hit her. Yeah. For me, she's still under. Where the hell did I put her? She's still probably at the bottom of S. She's still usable. Like, Taunt is still a very good ability, but this season in general, I would not be using Caulifla over Cooler. No. I would not be using it. Like, if I wanted somebody with Taunt, I would use Bardock. Any other option? Vegeta, Cooler. The 3 most used tanks I usually see, right? So Caulifla, I mean, she's still good. Should I put her at the top of A actually? Just because since the last tier list, I don't see her as often. You don't even use Cooler? Yeah, I don't. Remember guys, her ult also applies taunt? Yes, it does. It does. But usually she would use that for pilling. It doesn't do much damage unless you really just engage with it. But even then, I mean, yeah, I guess I can put her at bottom of S, right? Like, she's still good. It's just people hate women. That's crazy, bro. It's almost March. I'm joking. No, her wrath will always be very, very strong in general. Like, there's just a strong skill. So, yeah, keep her like there. No. Keep her there. There's going to be some people behind them. 17 up there. So, we're getting to our first character that received the buff since Kefla release, man. Oh my god. Before we hit him in A, More so the top of A. Okay. Let me think. It's early game. It's crazy because I don't know where the actual final placement is going to be. For now, I'm going to put him here. I will say this. His early game was always good. It was just, I feel like he fell off late game, kind of. Sometimes it didn't seem like it. Maybe comparatively to like other like tanks. But his early game is even better. Bro, bars half filled up. You don't have to farm as much early game. It's like a superstar, but not really a superstar. You know what I mean? And he bring them to justice. He that's what he does. Honestly, I would. I feel like I would have a harder time against Zamasu than Cooler if I was playing DPS. But also, like I said, his CC is annoying, but you can obviously zone him out. Same with Zamasu, but Zamasu just has more survivability. But this revive, I don't know. I would put Zamasu over him. Not by far, if I were. What do y'all think about that anyways? You mortals. Okay, they gave his skill 1. Yeah, his skill 1 now has 2 slots or 2 charges on it, which is crazy, by the way. I mean, he has a disengage, easily his worst skill, right? His ult is, bro, that ult slow, bro. Joe, think about his OG ult to where it slowed you by like 2,000% before they nerfed it, because you were literally moving in quicksand when he ulted you before. I mean, it still slows you now, but not as much as it used to. Yeah, and okay, yeah, skill 2 is CC now, which is crazy, by the way. Ay. But overall, yeah. Like I said, early game, he doesn't need to farm as much. He's really good at farming too, so he can also utilize build up. I would give him the edge over Cooler in certain team comps. I would give him the edge just because I feel like it'd be a lot harder to deal with him from a DPS perspective than Cooler. Yeah, probably. But like I said, not too far. I would definitely keep them close within each other. And skill 3 burns you in general still? Yeah. Wait. Skill 2 is the little dash. That slows. Skill 1 is the beams, right? No? Skill 3 is the 360 slash, or did I get that backwards? No, skill 3 is the beams, right? He just like roast hand you. Yeah, okay, skill 3 is the 360 no scope. Gotcha. Yeah, he's so good at farming too, man. And then skill 1 is the like the roast hand, and he just start slide like just you know what I mean? So yeah, Zamasu is definitely a tank. Man, oh man, this dude came up from the gutter, low key. Like he used to be. I've had him in a few tier lists where like B rank, bottom, right? Like the man was just, it's like everyone else just so much better. Before everyone else got nerfed and stuff and he got buffed, like it was so much of a difference with Zamasu's placement then. Maybe. Pretty sure I had him at the top of A, I think, right? Midway. Okay. So Baby, I feel like obviously is a good option. You definitely do not want to lane him with Kefla. Like that's pointless. But I do see Kefla a lot in bot. I mean, obviously you want to use Kefla. We'll talk about Kefla later. Okay. He's definitely someone, I don't want to say totally dependent on his lane partner, but his lane partner does matter, right? Like he would rather go with somebody like Broly or Dabura or a Vegeta. Oh my God, him a Vegeta would be crazy. Or a Toppo. Obviously melee oriented DPS as opposed to someone like Piccolo, more ranged. But I think he's still really good. Really good. I think it's just team comp dependent maybe. Yeah, I think he's, because I want to say he's more than solid, to be honest. He's more than solid, but more like, yeah, more team comp dependent, lane partner dependent as well. So, yeah, I mean, I've actually wanted to use him before the release of Bardock, but ever since Bardock came out, I'm good. So yeah, like all of this stuff, like he still scales with damage cards, I believe, on his regen. It was something, some description I gave him last time. Basically run damage cards on him, Giant Slayer, all that jazz, right? But probably B for Baby. I mean, I could probably, let me think. Honestly, I could see that. I could see that because, but some other characters getting a buff. I feel like, man, I don't know, because I feel like, does he handle melee better than ranged? Because I don't know, dude. Bottom of A, top of B, maybe borderline A-ish. I'll keep it like this, maybe. That's true. That's true. That's true. But I also don't see Caulifla as well. But she's obviously still really good. But it's not like he's bad. But the only issue between him and Caulifla is the fact, like we both agreed on, just laning partners and just team comp in general, you know? So, and plus, I feel like he doesn't handle some DPS. Kefla destroys this man, just off route. I'll get to her when we get to her, but Kefla destroys this man. Broly destroys this man. It's like, I don't know. Baby, I feel like it's in a weird spot. It's hard to even describe it. I feel like Baby's in a weird spot. I'll put him at the top of B. No, she has more usability for sure. But like I said, he just has a more strict team comp than Caulifla. That's all the tanks, isn't it? So, I mean, if we look over the tanks, I mean, just 3 dominating the game. Vegeta, Bardock, Zamasu. Damn. They really need to buff Cell. I don't know what they're going to do with Baby. I would not mind if he just stayed down here, to be honest. But it's like, hell, I would actually put Cell over him just because of late game. Cell, dude, it's so crazy how like good he is late game. But early game, it's like, oh, you know, like he doesn't exist. That's pretty much the positions of the tank. Vegeta still stays number 1. Bardock, not too far behind. If maybe interchangeable at best. Zamasu's 3. Cooler, maybe interchangeable. I'm not sure. I personally handle Zamasu a lot worse than Cooler. But it also depends on the role that I'm playing, right? Role dependent. I'm playing damage. I can handle Cooler a lot easier. I can zone him out. Zamasu, I mean, I'll poke him out, but like I don't gain much from it, I guess. Anywho. That's positionings of tanks, to be honest. But his stats don't keep up anymore. Yeah. That's actually fair. Now that I think about it. Yeah. That's actually fair. Oop. Nothing changed, obviously, since he got buffed. I think he's still the best character in the game. He is very, very strong. You put this man in the hands of a one trick. I honestly, I'm gonna keep him the same, if I'm being honest. Like, the top 3 are staying the same for now. I think he's the best character in the game, and I still think he's overtuned. 96 stacks is diabolical. Like, bruh. Nah, I'm sorry, bro. I'm keeping him there. Ain't no way. Whenever I see a oob, all I know is I'm gonna just prepare to just bend over and spread him, like low-key. That man is a menace. Holy crap. 96 stacks is proper. You keep that up, buddy. Black History Month about to end. You keep it up. Keep that agenda going on. The oob buffs have to be that crazy to make him the best. For me, I at least think he's the best. You can ask everyone else. Matter of fact, you know, ask a lot of other better players, right? Ask Annie or ask Eisen or ask Abe. Why everyone names start with a damn A? So, I personally think he's the best in the game. He's just too good. If I can get MVP on Oob without doing anything, bro, and y'all saw that, I missed my ult. I didn't provide much as far as team fights. I only died once or twice. If I can get MVP on Oob, providing little next to nothing, with being one of my first games of using them, nah, bro. You straight stay in the Z tier. I'm sorry. Because I did not deserve that MVP, but the game was like, it's Black History Month. Here, have it. Okay, but that opponent team, no, the team wasn't bad. The team wasn't actually that bad. It wasn't just like we ran through them. I obviously will always keep my distance if I'm playing ranged. It's just that, because we lost a lot of objectives, actually. Like I said, remember, I missed my auto Nappa. Remember that? I missed my auto Nappa. Because he moved, but it's just insane, bro. Hell no. I'm sorry. No, he's staying in Z. I'm sorry, bro. Gun ahead, pull that trigger, fam, because I am not moving him. Also, because thank you very much. And the man is so humble. You stay in Z. You way too damn humble. Because look at Kefla and Vegito numbers. They are crazier than like 18, 3Q, and Super Saiyan. Yeah. But, you know, Kefla is just as fragile as Oob was when he first came out. Which she needs to be. She is her movement speed, I say this all the time. Movement speed will always be my favorite like attribute in the MOBA. Movement speed, I feel like it's like the most important thing. You can make so many plays off being zoom, zoom, zoom. You know what I mean? Like movement speed just in general is so good in MOBAs. Holy crap. That's why I hate Singed so much in League, because that man is... Anyway, Toppo. Not much change with Toppo, except that funny part about Toppo, I think he can actually handle ult very good. Unfortunately, with his auto-tracking passive or Cyclone, I've gotten murdered a lot against the Toppo because I either missed time or I don't know. I guess you just gotta not auto attack him when countering, because those Cyclone, you like, he getting punished oob if you don't know what you're doing, aka me. You know what I mean? I think obviously he's always a solid option. This is pretty much right. Bottom. Damn, I must be racist or something, bro. And he's black? That's insane. We allow that because he's in God Destruction form, so we'll allow that. Anyway, I would say I can move him up, and I wouldn't have him at the bottom. I mean, you still get zoned out by Kefla regardless. I mean, I don't think there's that many usable frontliners as far as DPS anyway this season. I think he's a solid option. Yeah, I'm gonna keep him still the low A when I include everyone else in, but a solid option, I suppose, right? Like I said, I used Toppo when he first came out, and was it a season 1? I actually liked him. Or hiding in clouds when he does. Yeah, I have to get used to that. I have to get used to that for sure. You can still move away from his counter. Yeah, I don't remember the range of it, like the radius. The thing is, with Toppo's skill 3, without that, he's trash. I mean, spin to win is pretty good. I mean, he's good at farming, actually, right? You should always want a DPS that's good at farming. His ult is still really good. Taking objectives. He does really good damage. He did get buffed. I think he already got buffed on Bardock release, right? Where his counter can't be CC'd. You can probably get him at the startup of it. No. You have to do it before he does the counter or after. But yeah. He's gonna be pretty much low A-ish area still, I feel. Yeah, he already got buffed, so he didn't really get changed when Kefla released. So, yeah, yeah, not moving him at all. Low A is fine. Like I said, A tier is fine. Yeah, dude. Vegito's so good. Still one of the best DPS in the game. His team fight ability is ridiculous. Laning phase is still really good, which is crazy, dude. Like, the whole thing is so funny because when we saw the information about him before he released, oh, he gets less EXP from farming? Oh man, I wonder how much that's gonna factor in. Doesn't factor in at all, really. With how good and the radius and the AoEs that he have to farm, it just nullifies all that. And plus, I would hella take an ability like that or a drawback like that to where you get less EXP. What technically you do, it's not really noticeable with how much he farms, because you get to a certain level, your skill one is gonna be one-shot at minions anyway. And oh wait, they nerfed his skill. No, they buffed his damn skill 2 from 12 to 8 seconds, his dash. Which means skill 3, dash behind them, skill 3 hits, slow them, and you can skill 2 again into the skill 1, which you dash to them and spin a Rooney, and then you can do your ults, rinse and repeat. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Vegito is the character I still want to use, but like I said, as much as I like Caulifla, I won't get around to him anytime soon. Anytime I want to get, I guess, a matter where I want to use a melee DPS, I'll go back to him. But Vegito is so freaking strong. Oh my god. Honestly, I could argue with putting him up here. If I'm being completely honest, I could argue finally just put him in Z tier. If I put him there, I have to put somebody else there. But if I'm being honest, I'll put him at top of S. Top of S is fine. I think that's still too much. I don't know. Yeah. His weakness. What is his damn weakness? The only thing I can see is obviously not engaging on him. I mean, early game, obviously, he's still really good in laney phase. He's good in late game as well. But he's only good at team fights. Yeah, like if you don't engage in a fight, then like Vegito is not really all that useful for sure. So it's best to just be passive or pick him off, maybe. or like options I can see like being ways to deal with him and stuff. Yeah, he's like, he just excels at team fight. Don't let him get his way. AKA shout out to Kill. Don't lose your way. Okay? Yeah, you don't want to try and get into team fights unless you know you can poke, but nah. No, even if you can poke him out, he's gonna slow you with the skill 3 and dash onto you with skill 2. So it's like he's gonna close that gap real quick. You gotta be careful with him. So yeah. Maybe pick him off a tank? Maybe pick him off attack? CC him? That's ways around him, I feel. So yeah, Super Vegito, top of S for sure. Solo fight, he loses to Dabura almost. Yeah, he's never really been a good secure. He's definitely not used for that either. If anything, he's just used more to apply pressure to keep them away from said objective. And you can still like chip away at, depending on how close you are to the actual objective, right? Like if you can somehow get the enemy along with the objective inside of your ult, a little cross shape, then by all means, right? But obviously you still will want to, you know, prioritize pressuring the opponents because you're so good at fighting multiple people, and then let the other DPS handle objective. Let them handle objective. So, but yes, Vegito, like I said, really downside, no team fight, no fun for him. And the fact that he doesn't have a reliable secure. He definitely still can, but should not be a main focus or priority. Chain for ults. Yeah, I've only chained maybe 3 ults, but I also I've not played him much at all. I want to get back to him. I don't know when. He loses 1v1 fights. Yeah. Any of those 1v1 situations, you can definitely deal with him a lot easier for sure. So that's why when I'm on tank, I try to like go around the tank and like stun him and CC him and stuff, because if he's not attacking both of us, he won't get that advantage. But obviously with me doing that, their tank is going to approach my DPS, so it gets like a little sticky situation. Or just spacing them apart, keeping them away from like the other, like your DPS and stuff maybe. My minimum is usually 3. Yeah, I would have to get back to him and use him, but like honestly, Vegito is so fun. I'm just so bad with him. That's the issue. But I also don't practice with him much. He's staying at top of S. He's not gonna move for a very long time, man, because team fights is just such a thing late game, man. Dabura. Oh my god. Dabura is no longer C tier anymore. The man got a buff. What was his down buff? They buffed his damage on one of his skills. What were the buffs for Dabura? Oh no, for sure. I would honestly put him in A. I would put him above Toppo if I'm being completely honest. Skill, oh my god, they buffed this ult. I would realistically put him a little above Toppo, who is still at the bottom of A. Realistically, Krillin is fine right there. I don't put him in C. Dabura is actually good. He's actually decent. B? Okay, so you say B, you say C. He's definitely not still C. He's definitely not still C. Dabura murders any and everyone that's down here. B? B is fair. If I put him in B, I would have to put him at like the top of B. I guess bottom of A is a little too much. Maybe one of those borderline characters as well, like borderline A, but like top of B. Yeah, I mean, he's still trash at taking bosses, but more or less, you just want to also do the same thing like Vegito, just pressure them, petrify them, scare them away. But yes, you also, yeah, you definitely want to engage on the enemy as opposed to objective. But I mean, there's a better character for that, don't get me wrong. But Dabura definitely has his niche uses. He's a noob stomper. I mean, I beg to differ. There's been certain situations where like really good people have played him. Like, he's usable. Let's say they buffed him enough for him to at least be usable. Right? Oh, look, I got my Super Saiyan 2 Gohan going on. Wait, no. Okay, sorry. Ignore me. Thought I was... Bro really thought he was Team Gohan from Cell Games. Technically, K Gohan, he's like 11. Yeah, I feel like he's buffed enough to be usable. So, B is fine. B... I could argue bottom of A, but top of B is fine if we all can like agree on that realistically, right? Well, yeah, tank is bad. Dabura can be a problem. Yeah, I mean, he's already a tank shredder in general, but like obviously you want to manage your vanishes and stuff. I don't know exactly how his skills work except from fighting him, because he's one of 2 characters I've never actually used in this entire game. Like ever, even in practice. There are characters that take bosses just fine and easier compared to others. Oh, for sure. If you use them and know how he works, he can't petrify you until level 10. I use him, trust me. No, yeah, he's usable. Yeah, for sure, for sure. I mean, there's always going to be characters that take objective better than others, for sure. And some you want to prioritize just pressuring the team. Toppo is actually pretty decent at both, right? Because counter and his ult can actually do a lot of damn burst to objective if you get enough stacks on it. Dabura, yeah, like I said, top of B, bottom of A, but I'll keep my top of B. 3Ku, I mean, I'm gonna put 3Ku in A, like more so less the bottom of A or whatever. I think nowadays I would actually rather deal with Toppo. Ooh, no, I would rather deal with Goku than Toppo. Is that a weird thing to say? Because they nerfed him a lot. I'm glad. Killed this character. Sorry, I can't say that. Minecraft. I don't like Super Saiyan 3 Goku. I don't like him. Being 80 years away, poking you out, Kamehameha just staying in the back line reading a book. Bro, I don't like this character. I don't like how he plays. Matter of fact, you going down there, buddy. Yeah. They did buff his passive. Yes, Kamehameha, which I feel like obviously was his most suppressive skill, got nerfed heavily. I stolen Kai's from Super Saiyan 3 as ooh. How? Oh yeah, bro, it's buns. Yeah, you're staying at the bottom of A. Obviously, an argument can be made at the top of B, but I want to give him the benefit of the doubt still, right? Like, if you worst case scenario, if you allow this man to just sit back and poke you out and max snowball stacks, then definitely for one, that's on you. If you don't have anybody flanking him, and then 2, I mean, that's on you. So. Ooh. I just thought about something. My top 5 DPS placement has changed. Okay, so I'll do that. That's fair. Piccolo, I am unsure if I'm gonna have Piccolo still on top 5. I am 100% unsure because Piccolo is still very good. Piccolo is still very, very good. Defending, hell, attacking. If you can't find this man, bro, you're dead. I don't know, like he has good peel, good damage. I guess the only issue early game, his light grenade has a long cooldown, and which it should, for Christ's sake, right? I'm getting a little better at handling that, obviously, right? But yeah, he's still like one of the main men for objective for sure. Damage in general, it's hard to even get to him. He's gonna peel, he's gonna go. Bro be skill 3 and back to Planet Namek, bro. Or was skill 1 is his dash? No. Yeah, homie be skill 3 and back to Planet Namek when you try to chase him and find him, bro. It's like quite hard to get to him. Like it literally is. But no, he's really good. Yeah, don't let Piccolo aura farm. For sure. Yeah, Piccolo will always be a really, really good option. I'm surprised I don't use him. Maybe I'm too lazy to not use camera mode to utilize him fully. And barrier is going to easily getting jumped. That's true, but that's also assuming he doesn't have a skill 3 to peel away and grapple hook away. Now, if they somehow nerf the range of that, yeah, he would be somewhere like at the bottom of S. Not the only defining factor, obviously, but him peeling is a big factor because it just enables him to just get away with any damn thing. More so mid, top of S, obviously. More so top of S once we include more characters. Nothing in Piccolo changed, so he's gonna keep his placement. I think I still literally hit him above. Damn, I hit very high. Oh, I do have a placement that I'm gonna change. I did move Vegeta a little higher up because he did get a skill 2 buff. Going on. Kefla. Kefla's, I feel like she's always gonna be good. She's the first character I got a team wipe plus objective with within 5 seconds. I'm not even joking, bro. Like Kefla, sorry, Kale, my phone. Wait, my phone isn't charging. Kale will always be good for as long as I can think of, to be honest, because none of the defensive cards even really matter, bro. Just build damage, keep your distance, poke out, and whenever you get dove on, just ult if you have it. If you don't, just be even further back. But like, she's always been very, very strong burst damage wise. Like she's always gonna have high damage. No superstar. What's superstar? Dude, I feel like these divine draws help her out even more. Vanish reduction, obviously, it helps out ranged characters a lot more with peeling. They're the ones with the inability to peel, give them that option. Yeah, she's just really strong. Here, I put her like right there, like sort of middle. I think that's where I hit. Yeah, more or less middle. I don't know. That's the thing. So if I were to compare her with Piccolo, I don't know if I'm gonna put her over Piccolo. I think she's easier to use than Piccolo. He obviously has peel over her. She realistically has damage over Piccolo. I don't know. I don't know about these two. I genuinely don't know. Because I don't know if I'm going to include either one in like the top 5 DPS, if I'm being honest. I will still put Piccolo over Kale. You would say top 5 DPS right now? Really? So you would put her over Piccolo. She has no escape. I mean, like I said, the only defensive mechanic she has is her ult, where she can't get CC. I mean, you have to burst her bonus HP down, assuming she doesn't have full 5 stacks plus Giant Slayer on you. But even then, I was still, because a nice sneaky Kale is so hard to deal with, dude. But I think Piccolo's even harder to deal with. I think I've had more trouble against a very good Piccolo versus a very good Kale, because it's like she has no peel. She has ult if you die on her, but the biggest downside to her ult is like 100 something seconds. And then yeah, 17 deal with Kefla. Sorry, Kale a lot easier than Piccolo, for Christ's sake. Yeah, I would honestly still put her for now below Piccolo, but we have Vegito. I don't know if I'm gonna include any. I don't know. We'll have to see. I'll come back to it when I get all the other DPS in here. Their cooldowns are quicker than this. No, it is. Yeah, she has it's still crazy too, because they nerfed her skill 1 cooldown like 3 patches ago, which it really didn't make a difference. It was like 1 second difference. It doesn't make a difference at all. Yeah, Piccolo is just a lot harder to deal with, I feel like, in pretty much all team comps, because it's like, yeah, you have her ult, but burst on her bonus HP, she's dead. I mean, skill 1, skill 3, if you don't hit that, I mean. But I mean, she can be very hard to deal with for sure. Not the easiest character to deal with, but I honestly think Piccolo's a little more trouble. Yeah, for sure. Then it's her, yeah, skill 2. Yeah, it does good damage. Yeah, it does. But it's also easy to dodge. Skill 2 isn't the hardest to dodge. Even at max level, it charges up very quick. It's not the hardest to dodge. It can't catch you. Worming away and stuff, I guess. But for now, I'm gonna keep that until I add the other DPS, because remember, some of the other characters get both of them get a new one. Where do I have Gammas? Because they're still technically good. They just have no CC. I'm not gonna put them as low in A. I'm gonna put them at the top of A, because Gammas are good. They just don't have the CC. Did they nerf his skill 1 as well? Gammas are strong. They've always been strong. It's just before they got nerfed, they were overtuned. I even said it, bro. If they can carry me and I'm not even that great with Gammas, they're overtuned. That's how I think of it as. So, but Gammas are in a not bad spot, right? One of the few melee DPS that can kind of get away with certain things this meta. I mean, obviously Vegito, yeah, Toppo, a little more doable with the counter not being CC'd. But I don't want to run melee this meta personally. I think he's good. Top of A is fine, I think. This world still needs heroes. He has one of my favorite skins in the game. But yeah, like I said, we're gonna revisit like the Kefla Piccolo thing. I do want to get all the others in there first, but Gamma is at the top of A. I don't think we have any issue with that, right? Like, he's still solid overall. I do like his cooldowns, and he still has damage. I believe. Favorite Persona 5 OST. I'm gonna have a different OST planned in the video though. Goku. I mean, he can still take a projectile. Spirit Bomb is just about as slow as I am, but obviously he hasn't been changed since the last change, right? I mean, skill 2 is still good. It doesn't stun, but it still slows you, which is still CC, but different. I think last time I hit him in I had this man in S. Okay, I had him borderline. I think that was more a situation, maybe top of A, bottom of S. I think I'm gonna take him out of S and put him at like maybe top of A. So yeah, as I've had him last time, the placement probably a little too forgiving for him, but he's still usable. He's just not. He's a shell of who he once was. Yeah. Okay. But I mean, I have no issues with him. Thank God they nerfed him, man. He was one of the few characters I wanted nerfed to the ground. Same with Gammas. I wanted them nerfed, not to the ground, but nerfed in general. Happy for it. Less damage, yeah, less damage, less damage. I mean, he can still secure, for sure. He still has that utility, right? He still has Pill. They took away one of the charges from Kyle Cam from last time, right? I believe. When you found out your goat is washed, bro, for real, though. Like, he's still a solid option, though. It's gotten to a point where he was so oppressive I even wanted to use him because he was just so prevalent at objectives. I don't know if I used that term right, but regardless, yeah, I'll keep him. I'll bump him down to like the top of A. They made the effects of Kaioken last longer. Yeah. Diamond Goku. They buffed this man. Did they buff his power pole? Skill 3, I believe. Okay, so they buffed Diamond Goku since then. I wouldn't put him at the bottom of S. I'll leave that for Caulifla, Coolers. Why am I putting all the tanks there? That seems interesting. I will put him behind Kale for 1. I will put him behind 17 for 2. I'll keep him more like bottom of S-ish, if I'm being honest. Yeah, because before people would just use that skill 3, damage mitigation, movement speed boost when you're getting hit as well. It's crazy. You get a movement speed and a defense increase depending on if it's a blast or melee or strike. That's crazy to think about. Obviously he can still farm. He can still snipe objectives. I think people just run a build, just run and gun, a drive-by build is what I like to call it with him. Maybe with some speed cards or something. Hey, Glorilla, right? Yeah, people just drive by with Diamond Goku, right? I've heard some people have builds like just all speed. Just have him keep going, bro. Since he no longer has that tool with the skill 3. You think Kefla is fast? Oh, I think she's the fastest character in the game. We haven't got to her yet, okay? I'm gonna save all my glorious praise. I'm gonna save all my glorious praise for that woman. Bojack, somewhere in A. I mean, he's not bad. It's just I feel like the meta as far as certain characters coming out, certain DPS being buffed, he's still very much usable. Just not at the top of his game currently, right? He can also utilize build up, but I think at this point, just go damage. I've been switched over to a damage build since the beginning of this season when Bardock came out. Or yeah. End of last season too. So I used to run build up on him, but nah, I switched over to Snowball. Bojack is not bad. I would put him behind Gammas. Like his CC is still nice, but once upon a time, I used to feel like he was better than Kale in certain instances. Well, I mean, not anymore. Now with some characters coming out, and it just changed part of the landscape for me. Would Toppo be better than him right now? If I'm being honest, I would say, let me actually think about that. I don't know. Early game for sure, but I don't know about late game. Bojack is still strong late game. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, Bojack has always had like a bad early game. But late game, like, I don't know. I feel like they're also another interchangeable duo for me. Last setup needed. Better secure? Yeah, for sure. But who's all around stronger though is the real question. And that I don't even know. Like Bojack is actually very, like he's strong. Just not early game. I mean, yeah, last setup for sure. I wouldn't mind putting him over. I wouldn't mind putting him over. You're down there. Majin Buu stay right there. That's fine. Yeah, I mean, I think that's fine. I think it's reasonable to put him above Bojack. with his counter being buffed and him being a more reliant, a more reliable frontliner for sure. No, he's still competent late game for sure. I think that's fair. I think having this guy like in a smack dab of A, him a little above, like in A tier, I think that's fine. See, okay. I will say this before we start rearranging some characters. I'm gonna get some people in. Trunks. I'm putting Trunks in A. I will put Trunks above. His secure is ridiculous. It's so damn fast. I mean, he has one of the highest burst damage in the game. Ironically, he does. I put him above Bojack probably for this season. Ever since he got buffed last season, right? Last patch, right? Yeah. He got buffed last patch. So.
Should I take it from here?
Do I put him above Toppo? I think I have more of an. I would. Hey, Sark, thank you for the follow. I think I would put him above Toppo. I think I will put him above Toppo because I think his burst damage is better. He actually has some type of peel. Disengage. I mean, you have he had cooldown reset if you somehow get it. He's a little more bulkier early game. Late game, obviously a little less bulky, which he needs to be because he can go rampant. Yeah, he has his damage. His burst is stupid, dude. My God. But you literally don't even need his ult to secure. You actually don't. I mean, it helps a lot. Don't get me wrong. You can obviously do that with the skill 1, but like his damage is stupid, dude. His damage is stupid. I'm contemplating on putting him above, like around the gammas, like this, maybe. Okay, I'll switch to OST. I would argue maybe a little above gammas, maybe, right? Yeah, maybe, or around there somewhere. Better than the gammas? I mean, I could keep him below, like maybe a little more closer to Toppo or something. But I do think he's over Toppo and probably Bojack this season. Why? No matter when your movements are predictable. Yeah, it just has, he definitely has utility and stuff, right? On top of the cooldown reset if he actually gets it. He does so much damn damage, bro. He's so good at not even just objective, but obviously farming as well, bro. He's so good at farming. Yeah, I'm gonna keep him at A. I was thinking of the top of A, maybe like right here. I think I'm gonna keep him there. Toppo above Bojack, Trunks a little above Toppo and Bojack. I think it looks about right. Android 18. I'll put Trunks above her, for one. She's usable, which is good. Better early game. I think they lowered her HP late game, right? Naturally, I'm not gonna put her anywhere above Trunks at all. That's not happening. But she's good. You put her in B. Speaking of falling off, true. She is, unlike Trunks, she is better in laney phase than mid to late game, right? Obviously, you would want her to pick off. You can still burst down objectives, but you should really be pressuring them. Pick off, whether it be the tank, depending on who it is. I mean, if it's someone like Vegeta, good luck, get around that shield. Pick off the other DPS, pick off the enemy team secure, stuff like that, etc. Yeah, she can burst very fast, but you need to be on your P's and Q's for her. I think she's a lot more harder to use than Trunks as well. Pill, a lot less safer, not as easy for sure. Dabura can secure better late game. Oh, she can murder Dabura easy though. I think she's better in lane than Dabura. I think she's 100% better in laney phase than Dabura. Dabura is much better laney phase for sure, but I think she's just even better. But I would put her above Dabura. I would put her maybe bottom of A, top of B. Is that fine? Like down here, because she will always have her problems, right? Poke her out, CC her. Just CC her. She has so much nerves. I mean, yeah, that's true. But much like Goku, they're still usable at least, right? It's just for certain niche reasons and stuff. Yeah. Because just like with their HP late game isn't as high, which it shouldn't be. Well, same with Trunks, actually. Like, his HP is lower late game than it used to be. I would put her at the top of B, bottom of A, borderline, realistically, right? Unavoidable ult, by the way. Yeah, sucks that it hits farm. And Dabura petrifies in 3 seconds. I think she can burst up. Yeah, she can kill Dabura, dude. No, yeah, she can easily murder Dabura. Like I said, I think she has one of the best laning phases as far as the characters, but that's like her biggest attribute, if I'm being honest. So late game Dabura? That's a different story, yes. Different story. I don't know how Dabura scales late game, but I know she can obviously get zoned out and CC'd and stuff, so he'll probably be able to handle. He's better late game. I don't know. Maybe interchangeable, who knows? I'm still gonna I'll do this because Dabura's actually not bad. Yeah, no, I'm talking about it all. Because realistically, you know what's so funny? There is footage, I think it was last stream. 18 killed me in 3 seconds with my skill 2 up as Bardock. I don't know how. I have build up, by the way. She literally killed me in 3 seconds. She XL dance straight into ult and killed me. All damage cards, by the way. I remember that. She scarred me for life. So she had Giant Slayer, I'm sure, Max Snowball. No, I don't think she had Max Snowball. That's the crazy part. I think she was like 3 out of 5. But no, yeah, that's true. But when she came down to bot lane, she broke into my house. She killed me so fast without the need of ultimate goal. It was just a 1v1. I'm farming. She caught me farming. Zip, 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 zip. Ult. And I died. I'm like, you have to be kidding me. I mean, either or, right? Like, they're both good for niche reasons, I feel. Maybe Dabura's a little more usable, though, overall. Factoring in all points, but yeah. Yeah. Broly. Now, before, I had Broly here. I'm not going to put Broly above Vegeta anymore. No. Not since they buffed his skill too. I'm putting Broly behind Vegeta. So Broly is still good. So if we're talking top 5 DPS, what we're looking at right now, according to this list, Vegeta, Broly, Piccolo, Kale. Okay, so at least one of these guys will be in top 5. Damn, this is tough. This is gonna be tough. I mean, nothing has changed with Broly. Just, I mean, the only difference is I still have Hit. Second best technical character. Hit is still always gonna be placed high. He's so annoying. Broly will always be strong, top of S realistically, right? Man, this is tough. I'm keeping Broly right. I'll keep Broly right there. Maybe have these interchangeable. I'm not exactly sure. Not exactly sure. For now, Broly, obviously, right? He's good at farming, objective, pressuring, good in laning phase. I mean, I guess you can't really pill all that well, but I mean, you can get locked into a skill too, I guess. Well, what's some other downsides of Broly? You can zone him out, burst him, because he can still get blown up. Regardless of all the damage he can do, he can still get blown up. He immune to all CC, right? So he deals with Ultimate Gohan a lot better. He can deal with, I mean, he can always deal with 17, realistically, right? He can deal with Cooler very well. Zamasu? He can deal with a lot of people just because his skill 2, skill 3 reset, skill 2. Skill 1 is all of his skills are good. That's another thing too. Oh, skill 1, 2, 3, passive is good. Like, he's just overall really strong, and obviously still in top 5 DPS, right? So he's really weak to, I mean, yeah, like I said, just zone him out. Zone him out. So people like Piccolo, Kale, another character that won't be named, can easily murder him. Yeah. He was probably the prime reason why I don't use melee DPS. Probably the prime reason, man. Because I remember I used Gammas like the midway halfway through last season, but I stopped using them because I don't know, man. Broly just gave me problems. Broly just gave me problems, dude. I'll keep Broly right there. Yeah, he's weak to energy, but like, if you're in a lane, you're not by yourself. So it's like, you're gonna have people in front of you, you're gonna have tanks in front of him, you're gonna have CC available, you're gonna have all these options and stuff. Like, he's a good early game, good late game. He's just a really, really good character in general, really, really strong. Obviously, when played well, same goes for anyone when played well, but he's just really strong. His damage output is ridiculous. Okay, last character, Kefla. All right, we're gonna end it off here. No, oh yeah, Kefla. I already know where I'm gonna place Caulifla. Like it's. Oh my goodness. Before I even look at chat, I already know where I'm gonna place her, bro. Like it's. He's such a stupid character, bro. These are probably two of the characters I have zero issue dealing with the Gohan. I'm not even joking. I have no issue Ultimate Gohan if I'm dealing with characters that don't care about that, bro. Like, anyway. Do I think they're interchangeable? Do I? Ooh. Before I glance at chat, I know that boy Kevin is just typing up a storm. Ooh, hold on. Wait a second. Realistically, I do think she's one of the best characters in the game. More fragile than Oob. She became Oob, except that she's faster than Oob. I don't even know if I can say more consistent damage, because this man, when he get them cycloning, nah, dude, he is stupid, dude. 96 stacks, you know how easy that is to keep? Hello? They're both ridiculous with superstars. Like, I mean, they are, even without superstar, they're still very strong. She's a bit stronger without superstar, actually, because her passive. I die. Chat right now. She has Kale damage. Bro, I made her. What do you mean? Every time I play, bro, have you noticed anytime we play and I'm DPS, we win 90% of matches? Obviously not because of me. It's just she's that ridiculous. But honestly, if I had to, before I read the rest of the comments, because I know y'all yapping up a yap right now. If I were to just think for a second, I would probably put her maybe a little over Oob. I would probably put her over Oob. Want to know the difference between Oob and Kefla? Yeah, she doesn't need Snowball at all. I would put her over Oob. Like I said, before I even read chat, she's ridiculous. I've never had an easier time dealing with anybody ever since I started using Kefla. She is actually ridiculous. Oh my God, there's no one in C tier. What the hell? She is absolutely astounding. Ball Merchant loves the ball spamming characters. All right, listen here, you little shit. Ooh, top one so short. We need some C tiers right now. I got you. Ooh, fell off his diabolical, bro. That's crazy. Wait, not everyone has to go down. If I had to pick someone to go down, it'd realistically be Vegeta. Buff this man ASAP. Please. I see no value on Vegeta. Dabura's not C tier. Was never top one? No. I don't know about the never part. Remember, Kefla was in and out. He was taking that spot without Kefla, by the way. Like, my opinion is not changing to that. Before Kefla came out, he's that #1 spot. I don't know about the never part, but I do think she has a slight edge for sure. There. So you won't be lonely down there, Vegeta. Damn, man, I know you hate to see him next to you. But yes, buff Oob again. Ain't no, if Oob gets buffed, this is what's gonna happen right here. This is what's gonna happen. I'm gonna make it, oh, what the fudge? This is what's gonna happen right here. Yeah, you can't see it. You want to know why? Actually, I'll do this. That's what's gonna happen if he gets buffed. All right, delete roll. But yes, honestly, this is what I think. Vegeta needs a buff. Don't buff Frieza. I just don't like his character in general, to be honest. Yeah. Kefla is, I think overall the strongest character in the game, and I don't think it's too far-fetched. Yeah, I overall do think, like, all jokes aside, I do think she is stronger than Oob. She is absolutely ridiculous. Every part of her, maybe skill 1, even her weakest skill is still really good. Her only issue is her being fragile, which is no issue at all because she's quite literally the fastest character in the game. It does not help that we have Vanish Reduction this season. We have Team Rush Speed. Superstar just makes her illegal. And with all those skills, bro, she can solo the whole tournament of power. Yo, watch Jiren come on next season. But no, she is actually ridiculous. Better, I could argue better early game than Oob. Oob early game isn't bad. She has a better secure early game because, I mean, Oob really just has auto attacks, skill 3. Hopefully your passives, your cyclones will chip off the rest of it. Like her skill 2 can just burst, right? She has better secure early game, better damage overall. I don't know by how much. Probably not much. Probably not much. Maybe more consistent damage. But like I said, man, it's not hard to keep his cyclones. If she gets nerfed, I think I'm gonna go back to playing Dragon Ball Kakarot. But no, really, like realistically, I think she's the best character in the game. It's ridiculous, dude. If I have no issue dealing with this menace, or even Vegeta, or anybody, she's so fast. Have y'all seen me zoom her on the screen? I lose like 80 matches as a tank in a row. I go DPS, I pick Kefla. We just stomped them somehow, right? Top lane, no problem. Bot lane, no problem. Not as far as laning, but like I don't have to worry about top lane. But obviously you want to put her in top lane away from tanks. But if you do play her in bot lane, just be a little more cautious, space out, poke out, zone, if possible, right? She can deal with Cooler easily. She can deal with Vegeta easily. Just dodge his skill 2, just stay out of his range. She can deal with Zamasu, right? Like Zamasu isn't exactly fast. You don't really start off with a skill 2 either, right? You're not just gonna dash into Caulifla. That's nonsense. You're gonna die. Strategic? No, she literally does not need it. She doesn't need any speed cards. You can argue double vanish, but even then, her base movement speed with passive is ridiculous, man. She legit has gotcha. No, her gotcha game numbers? No, she legit do. I can't even believe how much damage her ult and her skill to. Hell no, no, we're talking about nerfing her. Nah, if y'all, no. Y'all got y'all buff to Oob, y'all got your buff to Zamasu. Let me keep Kefla. She don't need, she don't need Snowball either. You know what's so funny? Half the time I've been using Lightning Swift, which is really only value after you vanish, which I do a lot, but I don't want to vanish to engage all the time. That's stupid, right? How the hell am I gonna pill? You know what I mean? So even when using that card with getting inconsistent damage, because I'm not always vanishing into a skill 2, she does damage. She doesn't need Snowball at all. I'm about to go freaking strategic on y'all, low-key. You know who's OP right now? Gotenks. I hate you so much. Nah, she is so strong. But honestly, that is season 3.3 tier list in my opinion. Chat, y'all mostly agree. Maybe some slight changes, but overall, I think this is not bad, right? Like A rank will always be solid, usable. Trunks, I probably could bump Gamma's Trunks, Goku. Maybe bump Goku now. I don't know. He's still solid at everything, just not the best at anything probably anymore. But regardless, that is what I have for 3.3. Baby, let's go. Oh wow!
I love you, bitch.
Yes. Her numbers are absolutely ridiculous. So,
bitch.
Yeah. Things you love to see. Kefla on top, baby. She'd probably prefer that than man on bot anyways. Anywho, yeah. Solid list.